Somehow could I say no? She's got a love like whoa. Girls got a love like whoa. I kinda feel like it don't make sense, cause you're bringing me in and now you're kicking me out again. Love so strong, then you
Check. Checking the sound. We're checking the sound.
because you're bringing me in and then you're kicking me out.
Alright, so we have week 19 of the beer blog. This also marks the 2-month mark that me and Mitchell have been working out at the gym, getting ripped and stuff. Okay, so this week we have a rather interesting beer. Sometimes we spend like an hour at the beer hunting store, and sometimes we just walk right in. We're like, wow, that looks cool, and then we give it a try. And this week I went by myself, and it happened to be the latter of the two. Where I walked in, I saw this, and I was like, wow, that sounds really interesting. So this week we have a beer. It's called Xingu. Xingu. You would think that this is an Asian beer because it has the X in there, but it's actually a Brazilian beer. And this beer is actually pretty cool. It has its own website. It gives a little story about the guy who created it. Apparently he was a failed lawyer, and he had this great idea to make a beer, and it was kind of like his last-ditch effort to live in the world. And so he went to this old place that did Coke bottle distributing and talked to them, and they're like, well, we're about to go bankrupt, so let's do it. And now they are very wealthy. So that's kind of cool. This beer also helps save the rainforest, so we are a little bit green this week. We're helping save the rainforest and drinking beer. Now you can't beat that, huh? All right.
Feel good.
All right. So this is it's a black beer. We're gonna expect a lot of the same, kind of the same stuff as a porter. Maybe none of the coffee flavors, but maybe more of the roasted flavors. I would guess maybe kind of close to the celebratory, except maybe not as much as the roasted stuff. But I don't really know. I will post a link to the website for this beer for anybody who's overly interested about it. I don't know if it's good or not, so you might not want to read it. If it is good, you might want to. And so let's give this a try. Ooh, it smells very light. I don't know. We didn't actually look up the percentage on this, did we? You look that up quick, Mitchell? We do know that it is 25 IBUs, a very fair number. It's pretty low. It's typically in the range of the ones that we really enjoy. As you can see, this is a true black beer. Even holding this right up to my light, you can't see through it at all. It's very dark, very thin tan head, very similar with a lot of the darker beers. So.
I'm seeing 4.7.
It feels very light. Yeah, 4.7. It probably is 4.7. So I mean, it's really pretty light, but you do get a little bit of the darker flavors in there. It doesn't taste just exactly like a normal 5% beer, I dare say.
What's it sound?
Dang, losing in fantasy football. It doesn't taste like a heavy dark beer, but it doesn't taste like a normal, like just like a Bud Light type thing. Obviously, it's much darker. You don't get a big taste of the dark flavors, do you?
You don't get any chocolate or anything like that.
No, you don't really get any of the chocolatities. You just get a little bit of like the roast, just a hint of the roasted flavors, don't you think?
You don't get a lot of flavor out of it. I mean, it's pretty good, but
it is pretty good. You definitely don't get a whole lot of flavor, but there's just little undertones of I think of the kind of the roasted flavors, not the chocolatey or malty ones, but just kind of some of the roasted flavors.
I call it like a little above the domestic beers.
Just a little different than the
domestic.
domestic.
Like them, but it's a little above them.
Yeah, I mean it does taste very similar to a lager, despite being a black beer. Just a little bit different. So let's go ahead and give this a rating, Mitchell. To you, Mitchell's ill this week. His flavors or taste buds might be off. Don't discount them though.
3.5.
3.5 for Mitchell. I feel